once came across this principle by Stoics, the dichotomy of control. It simply says that there are things that are within our reach and there are others that are beyond. I ruminate and cannot agree more. We may not have the fullest control over what is happening around us, like this COVID-19 outbreak. However, we have the fullest control over how we respond to it. Together, despite the circumstance, we work hand in hand in celebrating United Nations with the theme, UN Goes Virtual, empowering students' multilateral and cross-cultural engagement amidst COVID-19 outbreak.
Having this event reminds us that amidst pandemic, we are still united in pursuing a common goal, and that is to communicate the value of life and peace across the globe, and to take concerted actions in making a positive difference in people's lives and for the planet.
To formally start our program, let us have our opening prayer to be followed by the singing of the Philippine National Anthem.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم فقال ربكم ادعوني أستجب لكم آمين يا رب العالمين الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين اللهم اجمع شامل المسلمين والكريستيان والأمة في مدينة دباو وسلم دائما مجتمعنا هذا بالسلم والأمن والتقدم في بلدنا هذا آمين يا رب العالمين ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب ربنا إنك أنت الوهاب ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار وصلى الله على خير خلقه سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين آمين يا رب العالمين.
In the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Amen. Our most gracious Heavenly Father, we come to you today to praise and worship you and give you thanks for all the things you continue to provide for ourselves and our families. Father, we humbly ask for forgiveness for all the times we have offended you, when we forget to acknowledge your presence in the image of our brothers and sisters, and for moments we fail to be good stewards of the blessings you have given us. Continue to guide and protect each one of us, Lord, that we may always walk in the lights of your everlasting love and mercy. Grant us, Father, with your comfort in times of distress, and with your strength in times of weakness. Bestow upon us your unending grace and healing, that we may in turn become instruments of gentleness and compassion to others. We ask all this in the name of your Son, our Lord Jesus Christ, with the prayer and the intercession of our Blessed Mother. Amen.
Manama, mawantog ka. Warag po ko ilingkoy ko. O Diyos, kahibulungan ka. Busa ikaw lang ang simbahon ko. Busa ikaw lang ang alagaran ko.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Eloquentia is a Latin term which means eloquence or to express oneself clearly and powerfully. In this eloquentia activity, the participant must interpret the picture corresponding their chosen number and deliver their speech clearly and fluently without predetermination or preparation. This activity specifically aims to develop the student's ability to formulate thoughts quickly, deliver a well-organized, engaging speech, and to develop the communication skills, confidence, and rational thinking of the students.
This event is a collaboration of different students, teachers, and group. At this moment, let me introduce to you the Board of Judges for this year's Eloquentia activity. To start with, he is a graduate of BS Ed Mathematics and currently taking up Juris Doctor in University of Southeastern Philippines. Please help me welcome Sir Daud A. Maguindanao.
Our next judge is a graduate of Bachelor of Science in Education, majoring in English at Holy Cross of Davao College way back 2014. In 2017, he became a TKT certificate holder at Cambridge University. He is also a 32nd International MUN Committee member for World Health Organization and a member of the International Society of Teachers, Administrators, and Researchers in Chonburi, Thailand. He became an awardee and won Best Research Paper at the National Academic Conference on Multidisciplinary Research in 2014. He is a philosophy instructor of Davao Doctors College and is currently achieving a Master of Arts in English Language Teaching at Holy Cross of Davao College. Ladies and gentlemen, our second judge, Mr. Don Michael P. Villarma.
For our third judge, she is graduate of AB, major in economics from Ateneo de Davao University, and currently taking up Juris Doctor program in University of Southeastern Philippines, Achievements and Affiliation. She is also an instructor in Davao Doctors College. Please help me welcome Miss Jenny May I. Casanova.
Morning, everyone.
What's the contest without mechanics, right? Now, let me read to you the guidelines and criteria for this event. The Eloquentia competition is open to all bona fide DDC SHS students. There shall be one participant per team. The name and section of the participants must be submitted on or before the date specified by the committee. Data privacy consent form shall be signed by each participant and their parent or guardian and shall be submitted on or before the date specified by the committee. All participants are expected to conduct themselves in accordance with the DDC handbook, community quarantine guidelines, and the rules and regulations of the competition. Violation of DDC handbook and community quarantine guidelines shall result in automatic disqualification. Each violation of the competition's rules and regulation shall result in a 5-point deduction or point deduction specified in each guideline. The competition shall be conducted live via Zoom. Participants from each team must be in the Zoom meeting room 15 minutes before the competition is scheduled to start. Before the competition, coaches shall pick a number to determine the order in which their participants will answer the questions. Only the official participants, hosts, and event facilitators are allowed in the meeting room. During their turn, participants shall pick a picture. They will be asked to interpret the picture corresponding their chosen number.
To add more, pictures to be interpreted are related to the theme of the event. The length of the presentation should be 3 to 5 minutes. 5 point each minute shall be deducted to the participant who exceeds or failed to reach the time limit. Signals will be provided at the 1-minute mark as well as at the 30-second and final 10-second marks. The speech should be in English language. Each team shall ensure that the internet connection of each participant is stable. Participants' camera must be turned on during their turn. No one is permitted to leave the conference room while the competition is in progress. Disconnection during their turn shall result in disqualification, whether intentional or unintentional. Answers shall be judged according to the criteria provided. Decisions of the judges shall be considered final and irrevocable. Certificates will be awarded to the champion, second placer, and third placer. Criteria for judging: presentation, 30%, organization and content, 40%, clarity, 30%, with a total of 100%.
Today, we celebrate our talents in terms of speaking and analysis. We are gathered virtually to witness the wits and creativity of DDC students. They are the best example of true speakers of life. Let us start the competition and let us dare to speak. Ladies and gentlemen, the participants. Entry number 1, Hola España, John Macvins M. Taboco. Second entry, Sawadika, Thailand, Aisha Nicole J. Villacruz. Third entry, Viva Mexico, Faith Elizabeth Chavez. Fourth entry, Jambo Kenya, Kenneth Solteo. And our last entry, Talofa Samoa, Beatriz Bernardine Ultra. To begin this activity, let us call our entry number 1 as they shout and call for unity amidst differences. From Hola, España, John Macvins M. Taboco. Please speak below.
Number 1. Number 1 po.
Here is your picture and your timer starts now.
Wala pa po ako nakitang picture. Here po. Each year, the Davao Doctors College Incorporated is celebrating United Nations, and this year's theme for the United Nations is UN Goes Virtual, empowering students' multilateral and cross-cultural engagement amidst COVID-19 outbreak. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am John Macvins M. Taboco from Hola, España. The picture here shows lots of figures and different meanings, but I will only focus on three main key points. The first one is the people, the second one is the flags, and the third one is the mask. The first one is the people. The people here has different culture, has different appearance, has different colors, and has different beliefs, but they are standing still together as one. The second is the flags that the mask are wearing, which has representing the countries that where they came from. Now, to connect this with the theme of our United Nations celebration, the people there stands for the multilateralism. Those people, even though they don't have the same um, religion or ethnicities or races, still they stand together as one because they perform multilateral activities together. If one nation has, or if three or more nations is um, working together as one, then that is called multilateralism, just like what the people right there are doing. The second thing is the mask. The mask that the flags of the mask, the second one. The flags of the mask represents where they came from, which means they are performing cross-culturalism. And if people around the world will engage to cross-culturalism, then we all people around the world be um will not be thinking of each other's differences because our goal in our mind will be one thing, and that is to end this pandemic. And the mask, lastly, here, it represents that we are in the midst of the pandemic. And according to the Secretary General of United Nations, Mr. Antonio Guterres, he said that now is the time for us all people around the world to gather as one. All international community should work hand in hand so that this virus will stop from spreading and we should stop its shattering consequences in our lives. So see, from the people down to the flags, down to the mask, it really taught us that we should, we people around the world should become united as one. All nations should be united, and not just nations, but also we should also connect to the people from those nations for us to live a better, a happier, a healthier life with love to all mankind, and we could achieve a COVID-free world. Thank you.
Thank you, entry number 1. Now here is the trivia about the history of United Nations. Even though it was founded in 1945, everything began much earlier. It was during wartime when then President of the United States, Franklin Roosevelt uttered the term United Nations for the first time in the Declaration by United Nations on January 1, 1942, as an alliance of 26 countries committed to defending the Atlantic Charter. This 1941 document was proposed and signed on board the HMS Principles of Wales somewhere in the Atlantic by Franklin Roosevelt and the Prime Minister of United Kingdom, Winston Churchill, in order to achieve a series of principles for international collaboration with the objective of maintaining peace and security.
After World War II, 51 countries signed the United Nations Charter, the international treaty that founded the organization and which defines the groundwork of its internal constitution. The act was celebrated in the city of San Francisco in the Veterans Building at War Memorial Opera House. This is currently known as the Herbst Theater. Next, this team will surely share their knowledge about the UN. Let us call our entry. Number 2 from Sawadika, Thailand, Aisha Nicole J. Miss Aisha, you can now choose a number.
Number 4 po.
Here is your picture and your timer starts now.
Good morning, everyone. I am Aisha Nicole Villaruz, and I will be representing Sawadika, Thailand. So the image presented upon your screens showcases multilateralism and cross-cultural engagement, wherein people of different races, ethnicities, and nationalities came together in one organization or as one community, developing international relationships. By joining together as one, the nations and the people aim to achieve a much more fair system that allows people to express who they are within the society. And as you know, in the past, people and nations had trouble understanding each other due to their cultural differences, the language barrier, and the differences in their viewpoints and perspectives that led to violence and wars. Therefore, the United Nations, as an intergovernmental organization, was created to prevent future wars and aim to achieve and maintain peace, international peace or world peace, and security among all people and nations on planet Earth. This organization addresses issues that transcend national boundaries or those issues that cannot be resolved by any one country acting alone. Specific examples of these global issues are climate change and the recent one, which is the pandemic. So this issue does not only affect one country, but all of us. That is why we need to come together as one and collaborate on providing solutions that will address the problem. Since we came from different countries or nations with different cultural backgrounds and differences in our viewpoints and perspectives, then it will help us boost our problem-solving capabilities, and we can use it actually as an advantage to create new innovations or solutions to resolve the conflict. And furthermore, based on the picture, it shows how people of different color, regardless of their color, embraces diversity and incorporate ideas, beliefs, or people from different countries and cultural backgrounds. And you can actually see how they unite as one and they agree on something. It can be a form of alliance and support that they each give to each other to prevent conflict while strengthening their the global economy. And as you can see, there is actually an understanding by the way they hold their hands and unite as one. There is actually an understanding and appreciation of unique cultural backgrounds if we all just come together and unite as one. So by uniting and becoming one, we can still find silver lining amidst issues that is happening right now, especially the pandemic. Cultural divide can be scrubbed out or erased as we help each other hand in hand to fight against issues, no matter what country we came from, no matter what the color of our skin is, and our religion. Through this, we could provide a better world, not only for us, but also for the next and future generation, where the voice of each country and people will be heard and peace would be achieved. That's all. Thank you.
Wow! Thank you for that wonderful answer, Miss Aisha Nicole J. Villacruz from Sawadika, Thailand. I have something to tell you guys. Did you know the first General Assembly? It was on January 10, 1946, at Central Wall, Westminster in London. The first session of the UN was held with its first 15 member states.
Here is another trivia about the UN headquarters. The main headquarters is located at First Avenue, 750 in New York. Even though the organization wanted to build an independent city for its global headquarters, even at a legislative level, it was ultimately decided that what they needed was a vertical complex. So John D. Rockefeller financed the purchase of property in the city of Skyscraper. The architectural project was designed by Lee Corbusier, Oscar Niemeyer, and Wallace K. Harrison, and the construction was underway from 1948 to 1952. Now, they are strong and dedicated as one team. Here is the best representative from Viva Mexico, our entry number 3, Faith Elizabeth Chavez. Please state your number.
I would choose number 3 po.
Here is your picture and your timer starts now.
Hi everyone, a pleasant morning. I am Faith Elizabeth Chavez from Viva Mexico. Humans, especially the children, are the ones that could help change and decide on how the world is going to be in the future. That is why, allow me to relate this picture to the major problem that we are facing right now. Allow me to relate this picture to the importance of human rights. This picture reminds me so much about something that we all wanted to have. Not experiencing the pain, but a better living. And I claim to name this picture as building up for global goals and building up for future. As we can see from the picture, there are two hands that stand for the benefits of billions of people. There are two things that they carry that stands for the quality of life, the life of people. And the whole thing stands for the global goals. Based from the picture, we can really say that people are aiming to live in a better world, especially now in the time of pandemic. We must be all united as one, not to fight against with each other. Because COVID-19 did change our lives so much. It changed our lives so much that threatens economic development, animal and human being, and even the ecosystem integrity. Now, since I want to relate this to the human rights of people based to the picture. We all know that the people are suffering nowadays due to the fact that most of the people are putting pressure to themselves, like they put pressure and heavy responsibilities to themselves, to their shoulders, which I strongly disagree with that kind of mindset. As what you have remember or what you have read under the article on unicef.org, people or children around the world are standing up to their right to the good health and also to the clean planet. However, the Sustainable Development Goals, or what we call the SDGs, cannot achieve without the realization of human rights. Let's take a look to the picture. Let's take a look on how it wants to convey the message. Analyze every part of it. It symbolizes that if everyone is being united and not fighting for each other, we could have a gleefully life that we are asking for. And may I remind you all that the people in any organizations or for example, we will let the things that they are carrying be the leaders. They are not the only one that carries the countries. They are not the only people in any organizations can help outbreak the major problems that we are facing for. Also, the ordinary people can do that. The ordinary people can stand for the benefits of millions or billions of people. Additionally, since the major problem we're facing right now is very could affect our lives, let me relate it to the article under the site of UN.org that the COVID-19 has created the largest disruption of the children, especially to the education systems. That is why we need to be united as one. Now, tell me, based from the picture and from what I have said, do you still think that the human rights, the goal cannot be achieved without the realization of human rights? Because if you still think that way, then I beg to disagree. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Faith Elizabeth Chavez. Now, here is another trivia. Did you know that the UN has 3 regional headquarters? One in Geneva, Switzerland, opened in 1946, another in Vienna, Austria in 1980, and Nairobi, Kenya in 2011. These offices help represent the organization's interests and facilitate diplomatic activities. The General Assemblies take place at the global headquarters in a green and gold room that is 22 meters high and has 1,898 seats.
Another trivia. The longest speech. Did you know that the longest speech in history of the UN was made on January 23, 1957? For 5 hours, Indian Representative V.K. Krishna Menon defended India's position on Kashmir. And still not satisfied after 5 hours, he continued for 3 more hours during the next day's session. The Proclamation of the Human Rights. In 1948, they proclaimed the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, one of the organization's most significant milestones in the fight for the freedom, equality, and dignity of people. From one speaker to another, let us hear the pride of Africa. They say that they have the richest cultures. Put your hands together for the entry number 4, Jumbo Kenya, Kenneth Solteo.
Number
And
2
now-
po, ma'am. Ay, number 2 po.
Your timer
Without-
starts.
For thousands of years, humanity has gone through different cataclysms that have shaken off their will to exist, but none of those have come out victorious. Are you curious why? For this is humanity. As the present world undergoes a global threat with a disastrous impact in all aspects of living, the will to ignite perseverance until the very last of our breaths will never be taken away, even if COVID-19 virus have contaminated the remaining sterile alveoli in our lungs. Reimagining multilateralism. In the area of COVID-19, we've all heard statements about how the virus respects no borders, and we are all living in this together. True enough, all countries and people have been affected in terms of medical and economic tolls. Such reference to the global nature of the crisis are usually followed by calls to strengthen international cooperation. The sheer scale of current catastrophe and the threat of other catastrophic risks, such as effects of climate change or epidemiologists' predictions of an even worse pandemic, lend credence to internationalist calls. But given the recent record of weakened post-COVID future of strengthening multilateral cooperation, as a result of the pandemic, we are now undergoing significant transformation. We need to be stronger and work together to aid one another, from pandemics to climate change to disruptive technologies and other new hazards. It is a universal truth that the majority of today's global problems cannot be adequately tackled without collaborative effort. The failure of international reaction to COVID-19 is just the most recent and dramatic illustration of long-standing cooperation procedures in institution incapacity to withstand the demands of nationalism, protectionisms, and deeper structural and systematic inadequacies. As the nature of security and 21st century evolves, established multilateral responses to important transnational concerns must be reimagined. We have never needed to reinvent and rethink global collaboration more, whether it's increased readiness and cooperation against the next pandemic, tackling about the climate change catastrophe, dismantling injustice and racism, in their all poisonous manifestation, or establishing peace so many people accomplish their goals. With the support of United Nations, we have become one and have made the world a better place. In the future, 3 out of 4 people believe that UN will be critical in addressing difficulties. Despite the support, respondents said that they want the UN to reform and innovate in order to be more inclusive of a wider range of players in 21st century and to become more open, accountable, and effective. There is reason to believe in reimagining multilateralism. So let us not lament 2021, but let us build on what it has taught and demonstrated to us. While the pandemic pushed us even further off track, it appears that 2022 could be the year when vocal social movements, political will, economic necessity, and humanitarian emergency all come together to provide momentum and urgency needed to truly kickstart transformative change for everyone everywhere. The danger of taking a different road is high, but the possibility ahead is enthralling. In just a fraction of time, a point of no return, the virus spreads faster than the flames of forest fire, engulfing whatever it can reach and turning them to ash. It was a drastic change that had a drastic effect on our daily lives. However, the arrogance of mankind never yields to any flame. Wars are still being fought, one with ammunition and one inside every hospital, both of which to see people dying, both of which are tired. Malnutrition has gotten worse in third world countries like Africa. Now children there face the possibility of dying not only from starvation. Now is the time for unity, for everyone, no matter what race, color, or religion, for every nation to come together hand in hand in combating this dreadful pandemic and the many troubles that it brings. As a student, as a children of the future, as a part of the community, and as a great individuals as well, may you have the will and the burning desire to continue in traversing towards the path of survivability despite the hindrances which have been brought by this pandemic. If we learn not only by ourselves, but as a usual mankind who are eager to unite hand in hand, then we can hand in hand to pursue what's the best for our planet, then we shall emerge victorious. After all, no man can live on an island alone. Thank you.
Thank you, entry number 4, Mr. Kenneth Salteo. Now, did you know the first woman in charge in United Nations? Canadian diplomat Louise Frechette was named UN Deputy Secretary General in 1999, chosen for the position of Kofi Annan and thereby becoming the first woman in position of high responsibility of organization. 193 member countries and 6 official languages. South Sudan was the last country to join UN as a member in July 2011, bringing the total to 193 member states. Vatican City and some territories engaged in international situations outside the law or various republics in the Caucasus that are still part of Georgia remain on sidelines. The UN has 6 official languages: English, French, Spanish, Russian, Arabic, and Mandarin. Now, say hello to a team with a passion to unite all team. Let us call our entry number 5 from Talofa, Samoa, Beatrice Bernadine Ultra. Please pick your number.
Good morning, number 8 po.
Here is your picture and your timer starts now.
Unity and resilience. As the line goes, individually, we are a drop, but together, we are an ocean. To our respected judges, event committees, my co-participants, to our viewers and listeners of all ages, a pleasant morning to all of us.
Our society is made up of many different cultures, many different views, and many different people, each of which is distinct from the others. A country's culture and differences encompasses more than just how its people carry out their customs. It encloses a full way of life, communication, norms, and values that define how one is formed. It takes a lot of effort to form a sense of integration and union with our given differences. We vary from a nation and a person to another, which makes it harder for us to complete a set of puzzle and a set of decision that establishes a collaborated sense of unity. Things got more challenging as the COVID-19 pandemic commenced. It affected a wide array of socialization to the point that it limited one's multilateral and cross-cultural engagement with the world around them. The COVID-19 pandemic is a wake-up call for everyone to be together and to flatten the curve. In the context of COVID-19, we did lose a lot of lives, experiences, and opportunities. However, these didn't stop us from empowering ourselves to acknowledge, understand, and accredit our differences as we continue to value our shared goal of unity. This event has also shown unity amongst nations, amongst leaders, and amongst people in terms of developing and taking the step to share a goal of harmony and togetherness. Language, cultural differences, and being unique from each other may serve as the biggest conflict of attaining the highest level of unity. But it did not seem to matter when all of our countries were put on one arena to commemorate and honor the peak of resilience. We initiated a new way of life which shows our ability and willingness to stay aware and be virtually connected. We can further anchor this to our school's philosophy, we value life. As we value life, we value not just ourselves, but also others, just how we are celebrating the United Nations amidst these trying times. Just as a missing puzzle piece results in an unfinished puzzle, so do missed opportunity to interact and engage with the cultural differences and variations of the world. Each nation represents a piece that completes a whole in order to provide good guidance, proper growth, and true development. As we encourage each other to be more attached and be more involved, it will result to a much more faster, advanced, and adequate wholeness of each. In the process, it is as people that we learn about extended experiences, values, traditions. With this, it reminded me of the line that goes, look for the helpers. People that want to help can always be found. That sentiment is reassuring, reminding us that we are not alone. In the long run, it is us from the varied and diversified nations that connects and controls how multilateralism and cross-culturalism is valued, assessed, respected, and formed. Thus, it is important to give significance, prominence, and urgency to create a sense of unity between diversified nations. As we continue to engage ourselves, let us not forget on how we are making an effort to be one. For together, as the famous line goes, our unity is our strength and diversity is our power.
Thank you. Entry number 5, Miss Beatrice Bernadine Ultra.
Another trivia, the Global Compact and the Sustainable Development Goals. The United Nations Global Compact Initiative aims to involve both governments and private companies to achieve a more sustainable world. In line with this, the Global Compact defines some strategic objectives. That is why in September 2015, the UN set the 2030 Agenda, which outlines the 17 Sustainable Development Goals, also known as SDGs. These include eliminating poverty, fighting climate change, gender equality, and infrastructure design for the evolution of our cities. These are significant since they demand more active participation from governments as well as business in achieving these goals. Indeed, Davao Doctors College mirrors the competence of the students. I would like to take this opportunity to extend my gratitude on behalf of the whole organization to the people who allotted some of their precious time for this Eloquentia activity. To start with, a competition like such cannot be complete without a board of judges who unbiasedly judge the participants through their performance. Thank you. To the participants, despite the hectic schedule in academics, you still grab the opportunity to showcase your talent and share a piece of your brain to many. Thank you. To the viewers, your presence there is highly appreciated with the wholeness of our souls. Thank you. This event would not be possible at all without you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yes, partner, indeed. Our participants are very active, creative, intelligent, and eloquent. I think these are the best lineup of DDC good speakers. Job well done. This Eloquentia event will not be possible without the efforts of our dear DDC teachers and organizers led by Miss Marie Vic Gok Ong together with Miss Floreline Villamor, Mr. J.R. Perfesio, Miss Mechi Aparisi, and other UN teachers and organizers. We would also like to thank DDC SSG for assisting the event and DDC Speech Club or the Council of Liberty and Wisdom to speak for saying yes to this event. Thank you for inviting us to be your host this morning.
To add more of the good news, we will announce the winners today before we will end the program. Stay tuned as we are about to know who is the outstanding speaker of DDC, or the most eloquent one.
We will announce the placement of our 5 entries. Let us see who will take home the crown. While waiting for the result tallied by our respective organizers of the event, let us watch the national entry of one of the active clubs of Davao Doctors College Senior High School program. Their tagline is, "Dare to lead, dare to speak." Ladies and gentlemen, the official entry of Speech Club for the UNESCO Sinasilip Short Film Competition entitled Paglaum.
Women of all ages, from the busy city into the slums in the streets, every single nook has changed. And as things go spontaneously in the bustling city of Davao, we are about to witness the inspiring experiences and drive of 3 youngsters that will surely uplift our spirits.
Mga Suki, bili na kayo. Uy, Charmaine, bagay sa itong pantalon na to. Mine 34 na, may 34 lang po.
OMG! The exam is coming. I should study really, really hard.
Nice, G-Lod. Sunod na pod.
Salamat sa buhat.
Sige, ayo-ayo mo.
Knowing the unfortunate state in the life of Joseph, the starve and the power of prayers have become his fuel to keep the engine of his determination keep on going.
Hello, Ma. Napatawag kayo?
Anak, kumusta ka na? Pasensya na ka na i-istorbo kita pero nakaluwag-luwag ka na pa ngayon. Pwede bang makahiram ng pera? Pangbayad lang sa tubig at kuryente natin.
Sige, Ma. Hahanapan ko ng paraan.
Due to the pandemic, the 4 corners of the house have become Jessie's place of comfort and trial. Pressured as she is by her family, for she is the main achiever among the siblings.
Congratulations everyone for passing the exam. To Jessie, keep up the good work. You got the highest score on most of the subjects and even got a perfect score.
On the other side of the town, there goes the boy named Arthur. Before the pandemic, positivity always engulfed their house. That is why clear minds and the welfare of one another are being valued.
Kuya, patigo na doon na mama kay mga lakaw daw.
O lagi, Di na si mama, padulong na. Maligo na.
Experiences that mirrors the reality of today's world. Experiences wherein the reality has been harsh to every people, particularly the children.
Despite the happenings in today's world, there is hope, the seedling of true courage from the bravest part of your soul.
With their dreams that serve as fuel to achieve their goal.
And helping hands to lift them up from darkness.
Hand in hand.
Buhat ug kinaugmaon.
Wherein no one is left behind.
Wow! Congratulations to the Speech Club for bringing the banner of DDC Senior High School to the national stage. The officers of the club would also like to thank the DDC community, including the administrators, teachers, and students who supported the video.
Let us go to the appreciation of each team's work, particularly the teaser. Partner, I tell you, this set of videos showcase the cultures of different teams and their best clips. DDC students and teachers, here are the teasers for the different teams as we celebrate United Nations Month.
In this juncture, I already have the list of winners for our Eloquentia. To our audience, comment on your team and guess who will win for this year's Eloquentia. Who will be hailed as the best speaker for United Nations. To the organizers who tabulated the scores, thank you. Let us start. Here are the winners. Comment down below your bets. Our second runner-up goes to, again, our second runner-up goes to fourth entry, Jumbo Kenya, Mr. Kenneth Solteo. A round of applause. For our first runner-up, again, our first runner-up goes to fifth entry from Talofa, Samoa, Miss Beatriz Bernadine Ultra. A round of applause, please. And now the most awaited part. Who will be hailed as the best speaker for United Nations Eloquentia Activity 2021? Who's your bet? Comment down below. And now, this year's hailed as the best speaker for United Nations Eloquentia Activity is from entry number 2, Sawadika, Thailand, Aisha Nicole J. Villacruz. A round of applause, please.
Wow, congratulations to all the winners and to all the participants. It is a great morning as we end this event with so much pride and honor. And also, I would like to invite everyone to watch the culmination on October 29, 2021.
Competence is a word I would like to emphasize, which the participants did show. This is a good platform to utilize where, in spite of this pandemic, the institution still values the progress of the students. Davao Doctors College says, we value life. This has been Alex Beltran, your host from DDC Speech Club.
This is Roxal Laika Jamaica S. Labis, your host from DDC Speech Club.
Now, signing off.